Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa.
Hello gorgeous folks. Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how I make my incredible chicken stir fry. Now of course I'm trying to go on a weight loss journey, yes, because you know one has been too comfortable, may I say. Yes, so we need to trim a little bit, absolutely. So you know we'll be cooking and then we'll be oh yeah, Charlie. Anyway, so yes, if this is your first time, you're welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in and I hope you do enjoy this episode. Let's start. So whilst my other blog Ndudu by Fafa goes through its maintenance, you will find the transcript of this recipe, including other recipes, on my new blog, fafagilbert.com. So do check it out. Now today I'll be using chicken breast for my recipe. So what I'm doing here is thinly slicing my chicken breast in a slanty manner. So I'm using my other hand in applying a little bit of pressure and using the knife to thinly slice it, as you can tell, and you end up with this shape. Thinly slicing your chicken breast would allow it to absorb all the flavors I'm going to marinate it in and also allow it to cook quickly. Absolutely. The next thing is my carrot. So what I'm going to do is cut it in the matchstick shape, which is known in French as julienne. I hope I pronounced it well. Now, do not worry, I'm not going to discard the pieces away. I will be using it for another recipe. So once I cut that into that square-like shape, what I'm now doing is thinly slicing it. And I'm going to spread it over the board, yes, but tightly, as you can tell. And I'm just going to use the knife and I'm just going to move it along whilst I move my fingers out of the way. Now, please take all necessary precautions when you're dealing with anything sharp. I want you to enjoy cooking. I don't want you hurting yourself. The next ingredient I'll be using for this recipe is my red chili, and this is on the milder side. If you want something hotter, you can do so. And then I've got my green bell pepper. I've got the green bell pepper, the yellow, and as well as the red. Now this is just the easiest way to slice your green pepper. As you can tell, I took the head and the tip off, and here slowly I'm just carving the entire seed part out. And as I always mention, there's no waste in my kitchen. I will be drying the seeds out and I will be planting them later in the year. That is one of the little promises that I made to myself. So here I'm just thinly slicing my green pepper, and I'd also be using the red and yellow peppers as I mentioned. Now it's important that you have all your vegetables in the same sort of shape, and the reason is it allows for an even cook, particularly the way I do my stir fry. This is definitely important. So to my chicken pieces, I'm just drizzling a little bit of sesame oil. I love the nutty and smoky flavor that sesame oil adds to a dish. And here I'm crushing 1 clove of garlic. I don't want the garlic to overpower the dish, but I need that residual flavor coming through. Now I'm grating 1 tablespoonful of my fresh ginger. Yes, and I need that residual heat and the aromatics that it offers. The next ingredient is my dark soy sauce, and then a little bit more of my sesame oil. I'm now going to be adding my salt to taste, and of course I need to mill some fresh black peppercorns over this bad girl. I'm loving the flavors so far. At this point, I add 1 tablespoonful of my corn starch, not corn flour. And of course, I'm mixing everything together until it's thoroughly combined. The next step is I'm going to add the sweetness to my marinade, or the sweet part of my marinade, which is a mixture of hoisin sauce and oyster sauce. So I've used 2 tablespoonfuls of each and I've added it to my chicken marinade. And now I'm mixing it all together, and I'm going to allow this bad girl to marinate for a minimum of an hour. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and also click the notification buttons so you do not miss any future videos. So here I've got my carrots, red, green, yellow peppers, spring onions, red chili, my normal onions, purple cabbage, and my chicken. And today I'll be using my granite oil for this recipe, or your normal cooking oil. So far as it's unscented, that is great. Now we'll be cooking everything on a high heat, which is the first, I guess, because I'm always cooking on that medium to low heat. Now, the advantage of thinly slicing your chicken means that you just need to fry it for 3 minutes on each side, that quick. And I am going to be multitasking here because whilst the chicken is frying for 3 minutes on one side, I've got my wok on and I'm adding my granite oil to it. The next thing is I'm adding the carrots because they do take longer to cook. Now, what I'm going to love about this is because I'm going to be stir frying this for about 4 minutes. Now, the carrots are going to release their sugars and it's going to form this smoky flavor as well in the wok, and it's going to absorb that smoky flavor. After 3 minutes, I can see that my chicken is ready, so I'm turning it over as you can tell. It's imperative that you do use a non-stick pan when frying your chicken because that makes it easier for you to turn over and it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. So yes, this is done, and I think that I now need to move to my carrots because I can see that it's spitting out there, as you can see. Now, if you do like what you see so far, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. So back to the carrots. Yes, it just looks darker, so I know that the heat has permeated through and the flavor is there. So the next thing I'm going to add is my purple cabbage because that also takes a little bit longer than usual. And then I'm adding my onions. So this is like quite nice and sweet and beautiful as well. And I'm just going to be frying this for about 2 minutes exactly. It doesn't need too much time in that wok. And what I love about the wok is every part of it is hot. So whichever part that it goes into is cooking perfectly. My chicken is ready, so I'm removing it and reserving it, and then I'm frying the second batch. Exactly. So by the time that the vegetables are ready, the chicken would also be ready. Absolutely. And then I'm going to be combining everything together. So back to the stir fry. That looks good. And at this point, I think I need to add my salt to taste. Yes, absolutely. Because now I'm bringing all the flavors together and I'm just adding the last part of my sesame oil. So now I need to go back shopping and grab another bottle. Yes. And now I'm adding my soy sauce as well, a little bit, and I'm just mixing everything together. What I love about this stir fry at this point in time is got that glossy shine and it's got this nutty, smoky flavor, or may I say aroma that's permeating through the kitchen. At this point, where it's almost ready, I'm now adding my peppers. So the red, green, yellow peppers, and as well as my spring onions and red chilies. So I've only got a minute left of this. And I'm just going to mix it all together until it's well combined. And, they've introduced themselves to each other. This is not any other food. Ndudu blona, mabade enye ya. Idiane na ye kano we say ni no ko una Kake stir fry in na call it stir fry. So yes, so now my second batch of chicken is ready. I've just added the first batch to it, and the reason is I'm just gonna add a little bit more of my red chili and also my spring onions so that the chicken also, absorbs that chili flavor. At this point, I've turned the heat off under my chicken because I'm now going to be introducing a beautiful aromatic flavor in terms of my fresh basil leaves. Yes, they're just going to add that extra flavor to the chicken. I'm just going to mix this together and just allow it to sit for a few seconds because once it's mixed together, it's time for me to then add this to my vegetable stir fry. So as you can tell, my vegetable stir fry is ready to welcome the chicken. Are you doing? This is not any other food. Ndudu by Fafa Glona Enyeya. It's all about cooking each ingredient, at the right temperature, at the right time, and adding the ingredients as well at the right time. That is important. Yes, to enhance the natural flavors of your dish. Ndudu by Fafa. Me always on you. Ndudu by Fafa.
Koba Ndudu and Yukwelu. Fafa, come on, Ndudu, and blow Fafa. I love the flavors,
I'd like to say a big thank you to my loyal subscribers and to my notification gang for all the love, compassion, and encouragement you guys offer. May God bless you and be blessed in everything you do. Me, I always say I love you for you. And here we have the pièce de résistance. Yes. Now, what are you going to be serving this with? I mean, I enjoy this on its own. You can actually stuff this beauty in some flatbread. You can mix it with your rice, to make some chicken fried rice. It's that easy and absolutely incredible. Now, the next day, I did serve it with this amazing herby rice of mine. Now, if you'd like to see this recipe, leave your comments below. As I mentioned, I'd leave the transcript of this recipe, including the list of ingredients, on my blog, fafagilbert.com. So do check it out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat as Ndudu by Fafa. So pass by and say hi. Noel, thank you very much for my theme song. And until my next video with you guys, me, as I always say, I love you for you. Keep that smile up. Yes, you're special, you're beautiful. Me love you.